Hi, let's have a look at Elrond, ticker symbol Egold, EGLD, currently going up almost 14% in the last 24 hours. Elrond is at market rank 27 with a market cap of a little over 6 billion. Does it make sense to jump on this rally here? Will this continue? That's the question we try to answer in this video, and we're going to use technical analysis. We're going to compare the Elrond price with Ethereum, with competitors such as Solana, Phantom, Harmony. And so in US dollar terms, we have come up by approximately 40% in the last days. But the issue with US dollar charts is always correlation, right? This is Egold in US dollars on a logarithmic scale. These crypto charts, they tend to look quite similar, right? This is Egold. Now we've got Ethereum. The tops, they tend to happen at the same time. And the same is true for the valleys, right? They happen at the same time approximately. And that's not just between Egold and Ethereum. We can also see the same, for example, when we look at Bitcoin. So just toggling between Egold, Ethereum, Bitcoin. Those charts, they don't look that different. And so you've probably noticed this. When things crash, your entire crypto portfolio tends to crash. There's not a lot of diversification benefit on buying too many different altcoins because they simply tend to behave in a very similar fashion. And so what I like to do is I like at cryptocurrencies relative to one another, because that's in the end how we can decide what is actually a better performer. What kind of crypto asset within the space does make most sense. And so what we've got over here is the primary smart contract competitor Ethereum. So this is now the Egold price divided by the Ethereum price. So this is relative performance of Egold to Ethereum. At these points in time, Egold is expensive compared to Ethereum. Over here at the end of last year, Egold was comparatively cheap versus Ethereum. And so there seems to be some kind of trading range going on here. And these kind of patterns can be observed quite often in crypto when we compare things to Ethereum. The potential gain in case we continue rallying is maybe 40%, maybe even 50% versus Ethereum. The potential loss in case we directly correct again is 22%, maybe even 40%. What I find interesting around this rally here is that it does not coincide with a lot of additional trading volume. So there doesn't seem to be a lot of attention right now on Egold. And that's positive, because you don't want to get into a cryptocurrency, say when trading volume is very high. That's a potentially dangerous place to buy. So let's look, for example, here at the 8th of February, trading volume for Egold was very high. And then the price also tends to be pretty high. And so once trading volume declines again to regular levels, attention fades on the specific altcoin. That's when also the price tends to decline. So you always want to look out for trading volume whenever we are in a rally. And with the recent rally over here, we don't see trading volume particularly high. That's good. That's exactly how it should be. Now, this is relative performance to Ethereum, but why not look a bit further? Why not look at relative performance to, say, Solana? That's this chart over here. So the Egold price divided by the Solana price. And now I'm doing something I don't think is a good idea. This is what a lot of people do in technical analysis. They simply draw trend lines like that and then come to the conclusion that we might be potentially very expensive and that Egold is very likely to underperform Solana again. Now, here's why this is a problem for this specific case. Elrond is currently at market rank 27 and has a market dominance of 0.3% approximately. So 0.3% of all of crypto is locked up in Elrond. For Solana, that number is 2.5%. We're looking at market rank number 5. So Solana is almost 10 times as large. And so the question really is, how much growth potential is there really in Solana? At least relative to Elrond. I'm not saying that Solana can't double or triple from here, right? If things go really bullish and people get very excited around the ecosystem, of course, Solana might very well be able to compete with Ethereum, which is at around 20% market dominance roughly. But if you simply think in terms of upside potential, Elrond has a way easier time to double or triple, right? And so this trend channel here, it will not continue forever because Solana simply can't grow forever like that. It used to outgrow Elrond, but at some point, this trend is very, very likely going to break. Simply because of market dynamics, simply because Solana can't outgrow Elrond forever. A more apples to apples comparison is probably Elrond to Phantom. So this is now the Elrond price divided by the Phantom price. And again, we can draw a similar trend potentially. We might also think of a support over here and a potential resistance. And here we are looking at a risk of an underperformance of 20% versus a reward, or an outperformance versus Phantom of 150%. So these trend lines I think are more reasonable simply because both Phantom and Elrond have quite a bit of potential. They're both relatively small cryptocurrencies. And so here really it comes down to fundamentals. What kind of ecosystem do you enjoy using more? You could argue that Egold is comparatively expensive and we might go further down, or that the positive momentum might carry us further. I tend to believe that at least short term, Egold could very much outperform Phantom, and that's simply again because of the low trading volume. We've got a massive rally without too much attention yet, and that's potentially a very good sign. People have seen the Elrond price at a level that's more than 50% higher than right now, and so I don't see a lot of resistance over here. Now this is all just technical analysis, and of course you need to have your own fundamental thesis on this as well, right? But if you are considering to buy Egold, what's a good way to find an entry point? I personally like using the hourly RSI. So we switch here to the hourly chart, and then we click here on F and we enter RSI, Relative Strength Index. And what's interesting, when you backtest this hourly RSI indicator, when you backtest a dollar cost averaging strategy where you buy whenever the hourly RSI is particularly low, so say in the case of Elrond, this would be at around 25. If you backtest such a strategy, you get on average a better price than just simply buying, say, on the first of every month. So if you use those signals instead of just randomly buying, when you're buying whenever prices are depressed, you tend to get a discount, and you can backtest this statistically. So I've done that backtest for Ethereum and for Bitcoin. There's separate videos regarding this strategy on this channel as well. And so it does make sense to simply watch the hourly RSI and always dollar cost average in whenever this value here is low. Now the problem is you can't watch this chart all the time, right? And so one thing you can do is when you've got the pro version of TradingView is to set alerts. So that's over here. You create an alert and then you can set the condition that the RSI is below a certain value. So in this case, we would go for 25. Then you click OK, and then you can send yourself an email. Now, alternatively, what you can also do is to follow the alerts channel, the Bitcoin Strategy Premium Alerts channel. So this is part of the premium membership of Bitcoin Strategy, and you will get automatic Telegram messages whenever something interesting happens. Say the RSI falls below a certain value, or statistically significant moving averages get crossed. So if you're interested in that, you can find more information on the bitcoinstrategy.com, the premium membership. There's also a Telegram channel with exclusive market updates. So I make an update video or an audio message on the current market state for Ethereum and for Bitcoin. And of course, there's also a chat where you can ask me any questions. And so that's how I would time this, right? I would buy whenever the hourly RSI is comparatively low. That's currently not the case. And one thing to also consider is always the overall market, right? Because as we have said, there is quite a bit of correlation between different crypto assets. The tops and the valleys, they tend to happen at the same time. So it does make sense to still keep an eye on what Ethereum and what Bitcoin is doing. And so I don't make this trade right now. I don't buy Egold, and that's simply because I see the overall market relatively bearish. So again, there's a separate video on this. Simply check out the latest videos on Ethereum or on Bitcoin. So I'm relatively bearish on the overall crypto market, and that's why I don't do this Egold trade. If you disagree though, and you think we might have bottomed already with Ethereum and with Bitcoin, if that's your thesis, then I don't think buying Egold at this current price at $321 is a mistake, because trading volume is still low, attention is low. There is still upwards potential versus Ethereum, but also versus the US dollar. So if you like to take risk right now, Egold might be a pretty good short-term bet. But again, you should be fundamentally bullish on Ethereum and on Bitcoin, because it's really hard for a single altcoin to outperform those massive market movers. If Bitcoin and Ethereum crashes, I don't think Egold can make US dollar gains. It might still outperform Ethereum and Bitcoin, but in the end, you probably do want to make US dollar gains. So definitely keep an eye on the large market movers. If you enjoyed this video, please give this a like. It will help the channel grow. And if you haven't yet subscribed, feel free to do so as well. I publish videos regularly. Last but not least, there's also a public Telegram channel. We are almost 1,500 people over there. You can find us simply by searching for Bitcoin Strategy Channel within the Telegram app, or by clicking the link in the video description. See you next time. Bye-bye.